Go.
Okay, sorry for this disturbance. We received a phone call and let's start it again. So, one of your homework or task at home is go around in your house, check if there is a electric hazard, if there is exposed wire and a wire is not properly fixed or it is lying on the floor, fix it. Alright, now you know there are different hazards, so this is one of your tasks to do. Another important thing is lifting a heavy weight. Okay, you have to be very careful when you are lifting heavy weights. If you are moving a weight, then plan yourself. So if it's a heavy, maybe you can't able to pick it up alone. So gather, you may be needing a group. So one of them should be the leader. He should guide everybody. Because if everybody is leader, then there's a problem. Then make a plan. Okay, we want, this is the heavy thing, this is a heavy table. We need 2 people to pick it up. So one of them is leader. But what we want to do with this table? We want to move this table from here. We want to take it over there. And this is the path we will take. This is the planning. Plan your job. But when you are planning the job, make sure you will not have any obstacles in that path. The floor is safe. There is no slippery surface. You can easily go through it. You should wear protective clothing. Okay, if it's like a dirty object you are lifting, so you should wear proper shoes so you will stand properly. You should be, if you're working in industrial environment, it's must that you wear hard shoes, hard toe shoes. Usually the toe is made of steel cap. So you put those shoes on. You position yourself correctly. And leader shall have a clear view. And then you move from one place to another. Don't use your back for lifting. Understand what I mean? No. Okay, let me show you. If that's, let's say this remote is very heavy and I want to lift it. Alright? So usually what we do is we just go and we go down and we pick it up.
It's wrong.
Because it's not heavy, so it's really not a big problem. But if it's a heavy, what I am doing is I am using my back as a lever. So when I lift this remote, all of its weight is eventually on my back. And if it is heavy, it's very bad for my back. So how to lift it then? The best thing is you bend your knees. Sit down, bend it. And then you lift it. So the weight should come on your knees. See, if I want to pick it up, I will pick it up, then I will pick up, see, the weight is coming on my knees, not on my back. Same way, when you release or you put the weight down, you bend your knees. So the weight will come on your knees. And because our knees are not very strong, if the weight is too heavy, and we are not supposed to handle it manually, our knees will not give us enough strength. So we will know that this is the weight we should not pick. We should use some equipment for lifting it. Alright? How to use ladder? That's the next question. Firstly, obviously, when you are using ladder, before using it, check it whether it's correct, it's not damaged. Because once you are up on it and you realize it's damaged and it's going to break with your weight, it's too late. Okay, so check the ladder before using it. Its condition, whether it's safe or not. Then, rule of thumb is, if you are putting it next to a wall, the height of the wall and where you put the base of the ladder should be at least 1/4 the height. If it is more, it's better. More than 1/4. But if it is less, then the problem. Because when you go on the ladder, the chances are it will fall back. It will not be very stable. So the angle between the height and the base is 1:4, the ratio between the height and the base. When you are putting the ladder on, you should go under the ladder and then put it on. Don't go out the ladder and then throw it on the wall. Okay? Once it's there, then make sure if you're going on the roof, your ladder should be coming out at least 1 meter, 2 foot, around 1 meter, 2 or 3 foot it should come out. The reason? Because you can very easily go on the roof, but when you will try to come back, if you don't have something to hold on, it's difficult to come back. You may fall down, you may slip. If you are taking ladder from one place to another, the best thing is to carry the short ladder. You can put it in little bit vertical like position. If you are taking a long ladder, then pick it up from the center and then move it around. And obviously, as I explained, how you move the heavy load, same way you plan and you lift the ladder properly and then move from one place to another place. It's a good practice. You tie the ladder at the top so it will not slip. If 2 people are using, then it's much better to have one person on one side, other person on the other side. If one person is there, then he has to be very careful when he will put the ladder next to the wall. Make sure lie the ladder and then lift it up from outside, move it inside then and put the ladder in a correct position. So what we did today is we learned how to do different safety precautions in your house or in industrial environment. We started with the fire, how to avoid fire, how fire starts. We said there are 4 components in the fire hazard. If you want to finish the fire, you have to remove at least one of those 4. For example, if the fuel is there, try to remove the fuel, the fire will stop. So if a gas is burning, the best way to stop the fire is switch off the gas from the mains. So you're not supplying the fuel, the fire will stop. Second thing is remove the heat. How we remove the heat? Anybody?
Water.
You put the water on it. When you put the water on it, water will evaporate and it will take some heat from the. Very good. The third thing is, what is the component of the fire?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Remove the oxygen. How we remove the oxygen?
Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher. Fire blankets. If a person is having a fire, you put a blanket on it.
Yeah.
What you are trying to do is, you are removing, you are not allowing the oxygen to reach him, so the fire will finish. Or you use fire extinguisher, and we will give a demonstration after this lecture how to use a fire extinguisher. And fourth thing is, chain reaction. Somehow try to stop the chain reaction. Alright? So if there's a fluid and you can't remove it, at least spread it around so less fuel will be around. Stop the reaction. Okay. Put sand on it. Is another very good way of stopping the fires. put the sand on it. So we started with fire hazard, then we talked about mechanical hazards, machines and things like that. Then we talked about electrical hazards, and then practically we use ladders in our homes and work. So I talked about how to use ladder in a safe and proper way. So we will take a little bit break, and after that break, we will talk about any issues or any questions you will have. You can ask me. We have a feedback form, so please fill that feedback form, and that feedback form basically will help me improve this lecture. If you feel that I need to do some extra things, or it's better if we address certain issues, you can indicate in that feedback form. That feedback form is very important. Any question before we move on? Okay, we will take a break, and after the break, we will learn, or I will give you a demonstration about fire extinguisher. A very short demonstration. We have it at home also, so you should know in case of emergency where the fire extinguisher is and how to use it. That we will do.